So today we're going to talk about something. I'm going to try and keep it brief, but Father's Day. Father's Day. First off, if you are a dad, happy Father's Day to you, especially if you were active, especially if you're doing all the things you were supposed to do. I am not a father. Let's just get that out the way just so you can understand this perspective is coming from somebody who really has no dog in this fight other than being a man. You know, every year you see some moms, some single moms wishing themselves a happy Father's Day. I even seen something so ridiculous as a mom dress up as a man with a mustache and all of that shit and take pictures with their kids. I seen that shit and it's not even something that's like you could find it nationally. It's something I seen on a personal level. So you have that, but you also have a lot of women who just talk down on fathers during this day. You have a lot of men who have probably grown up without a father, who probably just want to get some coochie points. You have a lot of them on this day slandering fathers. It's kind of crazy when you look at it. And when you think about it, it's very funny because let's go back to anywhere before the fucking internet. Let's go back to the early 2000s. Let's go back to the 90s. Let's go to the 80s when the internet completely just wasn't a fucking thing in anybody's house. For you to run into this type of bitterness, you wouldn't see it on TV. You wouldn't see it anywhere except in person with one individual if it were to show itself. But now, being that we live in a social media era, what you're going to see is a lot, like a shit ton, an absolute shit ton of hatred every Father's Day. Now, this is the thing. I can't speak for white people and what goes on with them, but I know this for black people. Like, it's in every facet of black social media. No matter where you go, where black social media is and there are black women, there's going to be some bitterness towards the fathers. And the crazy thing is that this shit is just so acceptable to most people. It's just the craziest shit. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons that I think that is. Let's just get the elephant in the room out the way. Some of these people have bad father experiences. Whether it's an absent father, like completely just non-existent, or it may be an abusive father, or it just may be, and even with the absent, it just may be an absolute deadbeat who raised a whole nother family or something like that. It's like it's just one of those things where there is some trauma with the individual connected to the dad. This day makes those women, as far as their actual experience, it may make them emotional, and that may have shaped how they see men to some extent. Especially, we can even throw this in there. If their mom has had bad experiences with a stepdad or something along those lines as well. So they haven't had any type of good father figure in their life. And some of the dudes who are even doing the pandering and stuff like that, they will be the ones who have this situation in some cases. So when you look at it, they have trauma and it makes them lash out. It makes them publicly lash out on this day that is supposed to be here to celebrate fathers. Now, another reason that you may see this going on is extremely common as well. It is the relationship between this woman and her baby dad or baby daddies. One of those two things. It's either going to be multiple or it's going to be one. And it could be some similar situations to where the guy is either a deadbeat or whatever. But this is the thing about a lot of women, because it's different from a child perspective. It's different when you have a dad and he doesn't show up and you don't have any control over that situation. You don't have a dog in it. Like, it's nothing you could do in that situation to make him step up and be the man that he's supposed to be, et cetera, et cetera. There's nothing you could do. It's not your situation. He's supposed to step up. When we look at this situation, it's a lot different because with the conditioning that a lot of women have, and this even goes past the black community, this is just American at this point. With the condition that a lot of women have, they think that men are useless. They think women will get pregnant and during the pregnancy have a slight fallout with the dad. And since they already acclimated to the whole life and stuff like that, or even if they serial relationship havers and their relationships don't last for more than 6 months and they done had like 50 relationships, whatever the case may be, they look at men as expendable. That does not stop, at the father. It doesn't, there's not a cut. So they will cut the father off during the pregnancy. They will cut the father off during the pregnancy. The father will want to get back in the life. They want to have the family. The woman is completely against it. I could go deep, but there are a lot of women who push the dad out of their life and even out of the kid's life in some situations. And those women will still hate the fucking shit out of their baby dad. They will hate their baby dad. Some of them will put the dad on child support and then still have the nerve to call the baby dad like, yo, it's not even Junior. I'm not going to say Junior because they don't be naming the kids. It's going to be like Taquavius is playing football and he needs some shoulder pads. Can you buy him? He want to pick, and check this out. I'll give you a real situation. My homie on child support, but he's still a stand-up nigga. His baby mom asked him for something like 200, 300, whatever it was, for some shit. Boom, he sent her to 200-300. 3-4 days, and he make good money. 3-4 days later, and she's hitting him for child support still. 2-3 days later, yeah, the kid needs something else. I need about 200 for that. Boom. So he sent that through. This chick asked for like, yo, man, he hungry, man. Could you get him some McDonald's? Could you get him, could you get a Happy Meal? That's going to be like $10 max. The nigga said no. She got tight that he said no to an $8 purchase, a $10, whatever a fucking Happy Meal costs. And she's a working fucking woman. This nigga's paying child support. And he already gave her $500 that week alone, which is a part-time check for some people. This dude goes and he gives a public donation to somebody. A public donation. The baby mom sees that public donation and gets furious and hits him up like, why ain't you get the kid to, why ain't you get our son? You out here giving motherfuckers donations and you can't buy my son a Happy Meal? This nigga fucking wigged all the way out. Bitch, all the shit that I give to you, all this big shit I take care of, all the child support you hit me for. And then you got the nerve to try and blow down on me over a fucking $8 purchase. Bitch, what the fuck do you do with your money? Get him that little shit. I take care of the big shit. Get him that little shit. True fucking story. Chicks neediness don't be having no bounds, man. And they try to be, oh, the kid need this, the kid. What the fuck is you doing for the kid financially if you working and you getting child support off of me? I'm already hitting you off with these big amounts. Every check that I get at your beck and call when you ask for it. So with that being said, you look at something like that and it's like that baby mom will still have the nerve to be bitter. I also even know another situation where a guy pays his baby mom's rent, pay everything, bro. She don't got no job. She don't do shit. She's a fucking bum. This nigga's not even with her. He's not even with her. This nigga is moving and grooving, doing all this shit with all these other chicks, but he's paying her rent, putting groceries in her crib, all that shit. She don't got no hustle, no work. This bitch will get on the internet and be like, oh man, you know, it's so hard getting it out the mud. Like, I get it. You know, I really hustle. Da, 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 da. It's like, bitch, you don't do nothing. What is you talking about? Oh man, I do this all on my own. Da, da, da. What is you talking about? So that's the type of women that's out here. And that's in the second category. Father's Day come around and these types of babes will have some negative shit to say about some dads because of their situation with their baby dad. I'm not even going to try and illustrate 2 or 3 more points or nothing like that as far as why the women do this. The other one that is just there, and it's an underlying root to all the other ones, it's just flat out misandry. It's just flat out misandry. Some of these women absolutely hate men. That's just what it is. So they take the opportunity on a day that's supposed to celebrate the guys who birthed them, who are the reason that they were created. Everybody has a fucking father. Everybody. Every single individual that is living came out of a dick. But these women, they want to go and just slander the dads. That's what it is. So now we have to flip it around real quick. Why does this not happen on Mother's Day? Why is there not that much turmoil on Mother's Day? Well, I'll be honest. I'll be genuine. I'll be frank. When it comes to this situation, the first thing is the reason we have a lot of single moms and stuff like that. Well, we're not going to get into the reason, but there are a lot of single moms out here of all races. And with there being a lot of single moms, they raise the kids and have custody of the kids, majority, all that stuff. So most dudes don't have sole custody of their kids or primary custody. So that's the first thing. So they are raising the kids, and a lot of that bitterness is not going to be in men as far as the thing that, because this is what it is. They resent having to raise these kids. They resent having to raise these kids that they created. Women have glorified the single mother shit so much, but then women get into it and it's like, damn, nobody told me that this shit is actually hard. Yeah, because like what is motherfucker supposed to take? You know, it's hard. Fuck it. Like no, they glorify it. They wear it like a badge of honor. So it's a trap that most women fall for. So outside of that, you know, that's one reason why it doesn't happen, because they're not, the majority of men don't have sole custody. But let's go to the second thing, and I'll just wrap it up and make it brief, because I could probably give 5 reasons, but I'm going to just make it brief because the video getting kind of long. Even when you look at dads who have sole custody, even when you look at dads who have deadbeat mom situations, even when you look at dads who just resent their baby mom, they resent their baby mom. Men, even if you look at just this whole red pill space where we're supposed to be the most bitter men on the planet, right? Oh, we just so bitter. Oh, who hurt you? All that. None of us get on here and talk negatively about our moms. Most men cherish their actual mother. Even if a nigga has issues with their mom, they are not going to bring that to the public. At the end of the day, this is just what it is. Men are more emotionally mature than women. We are not going to lash out at mothers at large because of how we feel about our individual situation with a baby mom child. Because there's some dudes who getting fucked up by their baby mom child support, getting pushed away from their kid. They not getting on the internet bitter when the mom is celebrating on Mother's Day. You don't see that at large. The other thing about it, and I'm going to keep it all the way real, it's the perception that we have as men. The perception that we are trying to create. The masculine thing to do is to not do the shit you bitches be doing. Anything that could risk a man getting some coochie, most men is not going to do it. Most men don't want to be looked at as, oh, that's the bitter baby dad who be on Facebook, who be on Instagram, who be on Twitter, talking shit about moms in general, offending all of us, lashing out about moms and stuff. Now we don't want to give him no coochie. We on a coochie strike for this man. We gonna talk about this guy bad in the group chat. Dudes will do everything to avoid that, dog. They will do everything to avoid having that smut and that stigma on their name. They will do that. So with that being said, that's what we looking at. That's what it is. At the end of the day, we just aren't as bitter as y'all. I don't give a fuck how many red pill, soft guy era. If you look at the pinnacle of actual bitterness of women, men cannot fuck with it no matter what lane you look at, no matter what you look at. And I'm going to leave on this note. When we talk about the bitterness of women, all Kevin Samuels did, and I'm going to keep it so real, is get on the internet, get on a webcam, conduct his show telling women, this is what's wrong with you, and this is why you can't get a man. He's just talking to the camera with nobody else there. Women would hear this. He's an image consultant. They would call in because they didn't like what he was saying. They wanted to have a conversation with him. And he held them accountable on a personal level. And sometimes he went about it in a very rude way. So I want you to remember that these women knew, and this is the thing, after he went viral, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it becomes content that's constantly occurring. Women still go and call into him, knowing exactly what he's going to do, and then it still happens to them. So all he did was have relationship conversations and tell women that they were average at best and that you need to improve in these areas. And sometimes he was rude about it and said, basically, you're going, have to get some cats because you're not getting a man. The bitterness of women runs so deep that they celebrated this man's death at large. Specifically black women celebrated a man's death, and all he was a internet personality who held them accountable and was rude on occasion. They hated him so much that they celebrated his death. Rush Limbaugh died. He was racist. I don't recall people celebrating his death. Especially fucking black women. So with that being said, the bitterness that these women have is just so explosive. It's so explosive. We could never match it. Men could never match it. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Put a like on the vid, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new here. I'm out.